Hey everyone, Presito here, your second favorite Uniswap ape. So in today's video, I'm going to be covering 3 upcoming projects that are really low initial market cap, which is always promising. And the first one I'm going to be covering in this video is Forward Protocol. And maybe some of you have heard about it already, but it is gaining a lot of hype and it's got really hot IDO platforms, which we'll go through shortly. But let's go straight to their website and see what they're all about. So it's going to be toolkits for a decentralized value-driven economy, basically WordPress for Web 3.0. It's going to be cross-chain compatible, industry agnostic, adoption focused. It's been featured in these various media outlets, and they've got a nice video actually here where it's a very brief description of what they're all about, which is cool to check out. So they're going to have a low barrier to entry, easy to use, open source, drag and drop, complete control. You can set your own fees with no code interface, simple and scalable, integrates with your ecosystem, and no technical knowledge required, which is really awesome. Noobs like me will be able to use it really simply. Basically, just select an application from the repository, choose a smart contract suitable to your purpose, and then deploy your app on the blockchain of your choice. Simple as that. So now let's go further through their website, have a look more in detail what they're all about. So framework for all your decentralization needs. So they're going to have smart contract templates with the lowest barrier to entry, where you can deploy in any EVM compatible chain. There's going to be 5 core smart contracts preloaded. Developer community can extend the template library as well. And you can see here, for example, some templates, proof of ownership, initial value offering, proof of value, and so on. Then they're going to have a connected ecosystem with tracked value transfers, with Forward ID connects all integrated platforms for one-click access, Forward Pay connected with Forward ID for unified value wallet, and reputation of users and assets on transparent blockchains. And then also the Forward Chain, which is going to be built using the Cosmos SDK and Polygon validators. So EVM compatible, and it will become part of the Internet of the blockchains, and based on reliable and fast Tendermint BFT consensus engine, minimal transaction fees, BFT facilitated by Tendermint at the network layer, and POS facilitated at the application layer. So we can see their team information, quite an extensive team with very, very solid advisors, as you can see. Roadmap also goes really in detail. I'm not going to go through everything, but we can have a look at some of their partners. Mahadao is there, which is awesome to see. I mean, there's a lot of big names. Bancor is there, Uniland. They've got various integration partners. I mean, Wim Hof is there as well, which is awesome. Exchange partners, kucoin, that's awesome. Gate.io and MXC also really strong. Strong media partners, marketing, very important. Ecosystem as well, so that's really solid. In terms of the investors, you can see some really big names too. Master Ventures, X21, and many more. So that's all awesome to see. So next up, let's have a look at their light paper, where they say they're also going to have a fiat on and off ramp, which is, as you can see, the integration of a fiat ramp into the Forward Protocol applications will also provide payment gateways to multiple debit and credit cards and facilitate the adoption of the Forward Protocol framework worldwide in the value-driven economy. And they're also going to have gasless transactions, which is really awesome. They're going to provide the gasless transaction experience to enhance the ease of blockchain adoption. That's always really good to see. As I say, instead of forcing users to deploy platforms to pay fees at every step, traditional applications absorb these as infrastructure costs. That's really bullish. And we can have a look at the DAO pad. They're going to have Ideal DAO Maker, but we'll have a look at that info shortly. But we can see through here their competitive advantages. They're going to have an ease of use and deployment, where, as I said, adoption can only happen if a non-technical entrepreneur can use a drag and drop interface like WordPress to run the applications in a few minutes, which is true. And deployment partners, they've got many partners that provide a user base in the millions, and networking and business development, where their connections in the real world are extensive, which is a major advantage. So that is all really good to see and really bullish. Now we can have a look at their token metrics, and I really like how they got it laid out so simply and straightforward. You can see IDO market cap 473k, which is really low. Seed only 8% on TGE, private 10%, and public 25% on TGE. And for seed, they got a 3-month cliff, same for private and same for public IDO. So that's definitely something you should keep in mind. if you plan to sell immediately, just remember there's not going to be any tokens for 3 months, which gives the team a lot of time, to push really bullish content and announcements, which can pump the price over this 3 months, since early dumpers are out and holders are in. So naturally, if the market goes well, obviously the price can go very well too. Telegram's building up tons of hype already, 30k on that. And now we can have a look at the IDOs. So they're going to have launch on DAO Maker on 13th and 14th on Mahadao, on Mahasata, which are both really bullish. And the most bullish of them all, they're also going to have Burning Drop on KuCoin. And the last one, Arker, did 50x, and it had a lot, a much higher market cap. I think it was 1 million. And as we said, this is 470k, so tons of potential. And you can see it's going to be from 10 a.m. December 13th. That's when users can start mining forward. You can see here the different timeline, subscription period, 13th of December at 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. is a subscription period. And then they have the acceleration period, staking, and so on. So overall, Forward Protocol definitely gets a CHOS Pro from me. I mean, it's low market cap. The idea is awesome. It's on KuCoin, DAO Maker, Mahasata. So overall, really, really prep. Next up, we've got Souni, which is also a really low market cap project. As you can see, 335k with the listing date on the 15th of December. So let's go through their website. It's going to be the metaverse where crypto avatars battle together. So already metaverse hype. That's already awesome to see. NFT based. It's a 3D MMORPG game built on the blockchain. They're going to have different characters, as you can see here. They got Maria, Ark, Lucifer, Harold, Angel, and Lucinda. My favorite is definitely Harold, I must say. Anyways, play to earn. So there's going to be occupations and professions. So each character's got exclusive skills, and you can make teams through matching the different characters. You're going to be able to raid and loot with other players, or raid others and loot their treasure too. You can see here how it's kind of going to look in game, which I must say looks really awesome. Contribute and gain. So all online users fight against the world monster, compete for treasure according to the contribution and luck. You can trade and bid on the marketplace, and they're going to have real-time online auctions of rare items. Zero cost to join the game, which is awesome to see. Some games have really high barrier of entries in terms of cost, so that's awesome. Real game experience, on-chain auction for rare NFTs, and guild wars for treasures. In terms of their backers, they've got some awesome names here as well. Game Starter, which is where the IDO is. Sigma Capital, X21, AU21. I mean, the names here are awesome. Good Game Labs, really awesome backers. That's great to see. Telegram also tons of hype, 83,000 members. Really good to see. We can have a look at the battle system that they're going to have. So they're going to have PvE and PvP. Obviously, PvP is player versus player, whereas PvE is single player. And they're going to have a mainline story as well. Adventure, challenge heroes, missions, and gain game items. Whereas with PvP, they're going to have arenas, guild wars, world bosses, island occupation, gain NFTs, and Son token. And the Son token is a governance token, which can be used in many different ways. It can be earned from playing PvP, fighting world bosses, Champions League, and island occupy, as we said. Consume it in game with composite NFTs, or promote NFTs quality and earn from the marketplace by selling NFTs such as characters, equipment, and costumes. And then you can consume it in the marketplace too by doing the opposite, where you buy character, equipment, or costumes. In terms of the competitor analysis, you can see here compared to some other projects which have really super high market caps like Axie Infinity, you can see some of the comparisons of some of the things that they have that the others do not, such as thousands of players, raids, on-chain auctions, guild wars, and free to join. Only Sandbox and My Neighbor Alice is free, whereas others have a barrier to entry. So that's some nice advantages they have, which give them a bit of an upper hand. Tokenomics I really like because everyone's got the same. I really like it when projects have this, not some round that's crazy amount cheaper. I mean, it's fine if it's a bit cheaper, but not when the unlock isn't fair. So in this case, everyone, private IGO, is all 14.5 cents. And you can see they all have exactly the same unlock. Private round 10% on TG, 2-month cliff, and 3.75% monthly. Exactly the same with IGO round, which are really nice tokenomics. I mean, team and advisor have a really big cliff. I like these because you get the 10%, you likely get your initial out, especially with the 2-month cliff. Usually if the market goes strong, it can pump in those 2 months, and then you got a nice 3.75% monthly. So that's all really solid in terms of the tokenomics. So overall, definitely gets a cuck pro from me. Obviously the market overall is a bit shaky. Pre-sales haven't been doing as pro as they used to a month back or so, but I think this one is really solid. So next up, let's have a look at the Totem Earth, which is coming up on Polkastarter. You can see a Totem on the 14th of December. It's going to be on BSC, which is nice. You can save on the gas fees. So let's have a look at their pitch deck, see what they're all about. New Earth Systems. So we are a metaversal ecosystem and gateway, building a place for humans to grow and explore. So they are a collective, a blockchain ecosystem of artists, creators, experts, and builders. Here's their founders, and it's a social mission, not a social media. Totem is your identity and dashboard into the metaverse. Obtainable is your curated artifact, access, and collectible marketplace. Totem's OS will provide you access to your communities, marketplace, and tools socially. And Totem cooperates with creators to build use cases to reveal the metaverse and recruit their audiences to it. And their token is going to be called Citizen Token, which will operate across Totem's ecosystem and into the open metaverse. So already, first look, it's going to have open metaverse, which is obviously all the hype at the moment, so that's great to see. They're going to have digital, physical, and virtual interoperability with Obtainable, which is their curated tool for high-frequency products and experiences, with a focus on NFT utility, forgeability, and gamification for all time value. And they're going to have Zoids, which is basically computer-generated avatars, such as the NFT drop, 4,444 unique ones. And holders of these will be able to manage profiles, access exclusive events and perks and so on, which is really awesome. It's going to be for the early stage of community holders. Then they're going to have Zella XR, Extended Reality, which is a curated tool for XR social commerce and experiences. And the Totem OS, which will allow citizens a new space to begin. They're also going to have Totem DAO, where they're going to have different tiers of voting for treasury, community and rewards, staking, infrastructure expansion, capital and partnerships, and so on. So overall, really interesting, I must say. We can check out more info about their Citizen Token. So it's going to be the utility coin, and holding it will give you premier access to Totem's identity dashboard and OS exclusive, where you'll have your utility and social profile, inventory tools, and portals to your community within Totem to transact, play, and grow across the ecosystem. Then in terms of the Zella XR, so Citizen is going to be the currency within Zella XR. You will need it to send your Zoids on missions, to build your Zoid ship, purchase upgrades, trade with other Zoids, staking, and infinite other use cases. And then users will have opportunities to earn Citizen Token through curated and user-generated experience. Then Obtainable is going to be their high-frequency obtainability across the physical, digital, and virtual. Hold and manage interoperable assets and artifacts. Staking artifacts for rewards and access. Stake X amount of Citizen to receive access to exclusive drops and access to Obtainable Vault, whitelist drop access, and more. And then their DAO, which we already went through, which all looks really awesome. Then they've got Opal as well, where you have to stake 5555 Citizen tokens for a limited edition, which is 1 out of 555. Obviously, those are going to be nice and rare. This NFT will provide its holders with forgeability for their very own hardcover copy of Opal Volume 001. All looks really awesome so far. Their core team is really huge. I must say, this is a really big team, plus more. So that's really impressive. Their partnerships are also really strong. GenBlock, NGC Ventures is there. Super Oracles, Polygon, AU21, Master Ventures. Launching on Polkastarter, Paid Ignition, and Bullperks. And you can see their strategic partners are here as well. All really strong. So that looks really good. So we can have a look more in detail about the coin utilities and the protocol utilities. So Citizen can be used to send, exchange, and derive value in their decentralized social world. Decentralized ID, so Citizen will power their decentralized ID and metadata system. Minting, so you can use Citizen to create more custom NFTs and NFTs utilities. You can stake it for products, rewards, access, upgrades, and so on. And Citizen Meta Shop create novel, never seen before shopping and product experiences, and utilize Citizen at checkout for additional perks. And then obviously governance, like we went through. Then they're also going to have more upcoming planned utilities, which you can see with staking, gamified staking, well, all different types of staking, which is going to be really interesting to see. I'm especially excited to see the gamified staking. Obviously, the gaming market's hot now, so I'm curious to see how they're going to make that play out. So we can have a look at the summary of the Web3 tools. We discussed these already, but we can go through everything to see it as a whole. So they have Obtainable, which we went through, which is a tool for items. Enoch, the tool for living, which will allow users and Totem citizens to unlock exclusive real-world venues and experiences. Guide, which is a tool for growing. Optech, which is a tool for seeing, which will bring Totem citizen NFTs, accessible streaming, content, and events, and a lot more as well. The tool for everything else. The dashboard and access framework will allow for any dApp, platform, artist, influencer, community, shop, and more to integrate and upgrade with their additional tabs and tools. So now we can have a look at their tokenomics, which I must say I look at also the prices and so on. I'm not sure if it's public, but it's all very, very fair in terms of seed, private, and public. Seed has 18-month vesting linear, so that's 0% on TGE, and then they get vesting over 18 months, which is really big, and it's not a lot cheaper than public, which is awesome. Private 5% TGE with 12-month vesting, and then public 10% TGE with 9-month vesting. Obviously, public's the most expensive, but you get a lot more. Private in the middle, and then seed the cheapest. But it's all really fair in terms of the tokenomics and prices and vesting and so on. So definitely very good tokenomics. So it definitely gets a Becca's Pro from me. I think this is going to be an awesome one as well. Really optimistic project with tons of potential. And all of these projects are very low market cap. So I've got high hopes for all of them. Definitely follow their channels. Join my channels as well. I'll be posting about these projects for sure with the upcoming announcements. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.